What's going on, man? It's your big bro Tren. You're tuned into the right video. I know the title probably struck a nerve, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Just make sure if this video vibing with you or if anything I say resonate with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, man. And make sure you subscribe to my channel at the end of this video. Don't forget. So anyway, let's get down into it. So somebody hit me up, was like, big brother Tren, man. I smoke a lot of weed. I can't stop smoking. And I'm not where I want to be in my life. Do you think I should stop smoking? Is it the weed that's causing me to be in the position that I am in my life? All right. So I'm about to answer that question in this video. First and foremost, weed is good for some people. Marijuana is good for some people, but it's also bad for other people. All right. There are pros and cons to marijuana, just like any other substance that you use. You know, any other outside substance, there's pros and cons to marijuana. The thing is, you got to know who you are and what you can do. All right. And that'd be the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people be doing stuff that they don't supposed to be doing, and they get addicted to it and stuff like that, and they can't control themselves because that's not their choice of drug that they supposed to be doing. All right. So I'm gonna just tell you why it's good, why marijuana is good for you. First of all, marijuana makes you really, really creative. I mean, super ingenious almost. Okay. And that's because it's a plant and it comes from the earth. It's natural, actually. You know, a lot of the Indians, you know, when they used to do the little rituals and stuff, and you know, and you know, when they, you know, a lot of people used to make songs and stuff back in the day, man. Some of the most greatest hits came from people that was like actually high. Yeah, like a lot of the music that we listen to nowadays, people actually really be smoking before they make that music. And we be bobbing our head to it like, yo, that's the hottest song I ever heard. Why is that? That's because, like I said, man, for some people, weed makes you very creative. Now, if you're the type of person that overthink a lot, maybe you overthink a lot, maybe you have a lot of anxiety, okay, that will give you a reason to smoke because it actually slows down your thinking and it makes you relax more. You know what I'm saying? So weed is kind of like a chill pill to some people, and it actually can keep you out of trouble. Believe it or not, we keep people out of trouble. All right. Now, alcohol, on the other hand, I can't necessarily say that about alcohol. Like, I know so many people that drink alcohol and they become a monster, man. They become very angry. You know what I mean? They be like Ike Turner, man. You know what I'm saying? They get very, very abusive and stuff like that. Like, when you drink alcohol, man, it literally impairs your whole judgment, period. Unlike weed, like when you smoke weed or when you smoke marijuana, it slows down your thought processes so you can actually focus more. You know what I'm saying? You can really focus. Now, me personally, I used to smoke weed, but I don't no more because I like my consciousness. All right. And see, that's the reason why I say weed is good for some people, but bad for some other people. You just got to know yourself and know what you can take. All right. Me personally, I like my consciousness. I like being aware in the moment. That's me. So I can't really smoke weed like some people can, you know what I'm saying, that I hung out with. You know what I mean? Like, and I got weed. I got weed in my closet, a little bit of it. But guess what? It's just be sitting there because I don't really need to smoke it like that because I like just being aware and conscious all the time. Not to say that, but that's for me. You see what I'm saying? That's for me and my tolerance. Okay? For some people, weed makes them conscious. It raises their consciousness. You know what I mean? For some people, weed raises their vibration and makes them more happier. All right? It depends on your body. Like me personally, I can't smoke sativa and stuff like that. Stuff that makes you really start thinking different. You know what I mean? Because if I smoke, I start seeing stuff and I start getting paranoid when I smoke something strong. But if I do smoke, it's probably something like indica. And if I do smoke, I never smoke in the whole L at all, period. It might be one puff. And that might be once every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? But I have noticed that when you smoke marijuana or weed, it makes you very, very wise and it makes you very intelligent. okay? I don't know how, I don't know why, don't ask me, all right? I'm not an expert. But I know, like me, for instance, like if I was to play my PlayStation 5, right, and I played Call of Duty. Some of y'all fellas know about Call of Duty. And if I was to smoke some weed like that indica while I'm playing it, I will be damn near the best person on the game, always coming in top of the list every single time. And I know it be the weed. It don't be me, because if I never smoked it, I would never be thinking that good. Playing a game. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, for some people, weed is not good for them. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that, what I'm saying is, some people get totally addicted to it, like super bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where it's like they can't function without it. If you get to a point where it's like you can't even go places, you can't have meetings, you can't associate with friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get to the point where it's like you can't even make a song, you know what I'm saying? If you get into a point where it's like that, to where it's like everything that you do, you have to be high, that's a problem. And I don't care how many people comment at the bottom and try to justify it. That's a problem, bro. Like, how would it not be a problem? It would not be a problem if you can still be not high 50% of the time, and then your rest of the 50% of the time you might be high. But it's a problem if you gotta be high all through the day. All right? Because you never conscious. Okay? And weed could really be a problem for people that are not productive. All right? If you ain't getting nothing done, if you ain't got no job, if you ain't got no hustle going on, you ain't you ain't making no money or nothing like that, there's no reason you should be getting high. All right? Because at that point, you're just trying to escape the reality of the situation that you in. All right? But if you are productive, if you got you a place to stay, you might have a car or something like that, nice little paying job or whatever, ain't nothing really wrong with you smoking weed, because you still got your stuff together at the same time. But people who try to smoke that don't got their stuff together, it's a problem, because it's making you lazy. All right? And we all know weed relaxes you and makes you, chill out. So what it's doing is it's making you be so laid back and so cool, calm, and collective that you really just not getting nothing done. All right? Don't become a bum on weed, man, because I know a lot of people who I came across, and I just recognized that. I didn't say nothing. I kept it to myself because I don't judge nobody that smoke. But I noticed that they was like a bum on weed. I would notice it. I noticed, you'll notice people like that come around you. You know what I mean? So, like I said, weed is good for some people, but it's bad for other people. Now, if you're the type of smoker where it's like, bro, and I know I heard this term so many times, but I don't really agree with it. They say, Kush is my cologne, weed is my cologne, you smell that. Like, to be honest with you, that might be cool and all for the streets. But if we talking professional wise, if you're trying to get a good job or something like that with a big company or something like that, you know what I mean? If you walk into a nice fancy restaurant, you do not want to smell like weed, bro. Like, it just don't add up, bro. I mean, you want to smell like a nice bottle of cologne or perfume or something. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a smoker to the point that when you get around people, they can, you know what I'm saying? It's like everywhere. It's like you leaving a trace, a trail. Because they ain't doing nothing but making you hot. It make you look hot. Like, if you get pulled over by the police and you be hotboxing in your car all the time, that's cool. But you gotta keep in mind, you taking a risk because it's making you hot. You know what I mean? Professional smokers don't do shit like that. You know what I mean? They might burn at their house before they leave, but if you hotboxing in the car, bro, you really kind of like setting yourself up to be a target. And I know, it might be legal in some states and stuff like that, and that's cool. But I'm talking about for states that ain't legal in. That's how you get the police to find you. I mean, they can smell it. Come on, use your brain. So it's a difference between the type of smokers you got. Like I said, you got chain smokers that's damn near on the verge of being a bum or addict. And then you got like professional classy smokers that you won't even never know they high. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know weed is good for you, if you can manage it like that, to that degree. You know what I mean? Well, people don't even know that you are really high Same thing with drinking alcohol. All right. If you're the type of person that drink alcohol, which I'm pretty sure some of y'all do, wine and all that, and people get around you and they smell it on you, you know what I mean? And it's constantly on you because you constantly drinking it. That's how you know, bro, you doing too much. If people can smell it, you know what I'm saying? Get some chewing gum, some breath mints or something. But if you drinking or whatever, you don't want it to be, anything that you're doing, you don't want it to be detected. Because you already know it's some weak-minded people out here who will always judge you because they not doing it or they don't have access to it. So you're going to always have people that get mad at you because you smoke. They'll say, you need to stop smoking. You need to stop smoking. It's because they ain't feeling good about themselves. They need to smoke one. But the truth of the reality is, man, weed is good for some people. And it's not good for other people. You know what I mean? But you just also too, you have to know your tolerance. You got to know how much you can smoke. Okay? Again, this all really just comes to self-awareness at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be aware of yourself. You got to know yourself and know what you can intake versus what you don't need to be taking. You know what I'm saying? What else I got for you? But yeah, man, weed is good. I don't know nobody that really got in a car accident personally in my life that was high off weed. I can't think of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. There's a law here in my state of Arizona where it's like, if you smoking weed or if you high in the car or something like that, you get pulled over. That's a DUI. And I don't understand that. It don't make no sense to me. But that's what I was told, you know what I mean, by a professional, you know what I mean, an instructor. Like here in my state, I don't know about y'all state, but you can get, if you high here, they consider a DUI in the car. And especially if you got a gun to go with the weed, depends on how much you got here, they'll give you a felony for it. But I don't know, you got to know the laws for your city too. Now here's another thing I want to say about weed before I get off here. First and foremost, I really would suggest you to buy your green from a dispensary or something. I would suggest that. All right. I know half of you probably disagree with that because whoever supply you with your green, that's probably always been good. That's great. You found you a good plug or whatever you want to call it. A good distributor. All right. Because I'm going to tell you, it's some weed going on around here, man. It's some weed going out here, man. It ain't real, right? It ain't real, man. It ain't homegrown. They don't spray chemicals on it and stuff like that, man. And it really could kill you. So you got to watch what you take. Like, I wouldn't personally, if I met somebody on the streets and they tried to sell me some weed, they'd be like, got that green, man. I'm not buying it. I don't know you. I don't give a damn how much you want to smoke. Don't ever buy no weed off somebody that you don't even know. And then it's coming out their pocket too. And then it's going to be in their hands, probably been touching it. That's nasty. So if you is buying cannabis or smoking cannabis, just make sure you get your cannabis from somebody who you know is legit, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if I was smoking, I would always buy mine from the dispensary because that way it's, you know what I'm saying, I know for a fact it was grown properly. All right? So, yeah, weed is good for some people, but it's bad for others. Alcohol is okay for some people, but it's bad for others. All right? You just got to know yourself, know your tolerance, know what you can take, and how much you can do. You know what I mean? So to answer my buddy question, weed is good. Because like I said, man, I found out that it makes you very, very creative. And it chills out your nerves, man. You know what I mean? They actually give it to people who have medical issues. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we know it's really capable of and have the ability to really, like, you know, calm down your nerves and give you less anxiety and paranoia and stuff like that for some people. All right? That's why I guess they say, you know, the doctor got to prescribe you because the doctor want to know what your symptoms are. That way he can prescribe you with it. That way, you know what I'm saying, you know it's good for you versus something not being good for you. Okay, but anyway, man, that's it right there, man. That's all I got to say, man. It's your big bro Tren, man. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And again, man, comment below and let me know what you think about green out there because I know some of y'all that be watching me be burning. I know y'all be smoking. So comment and let me know, man, what you think about weed. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? Did you used to smoke or do you smoke sometimes? Let me know. Let's have some comments in the comment section, man, before you leave this video. It's your big bro Tren, man. Subscribe. Deuces.